Coming to your new home here in Bellator and right away getting into something very interesting with this Grand Prix. When they came to you with this idea, what was your initial reaction?
Damn, that's a tough first fight. You know, no joke, Fedor is still a phenomenal fighter. I know a lot of people don't have the eyes that I have, and they look at him and go, well, look at his results. And that's easy to say in our sport, you know. All of us are fighting each other, and it's kind of like an Olympic wrestling match. You're not going to have very few people, and that's why they get all the credit they deserve. If you have a DJ or you have a John Jones that kicks everybody in front of them out of the park, then they are as good as everybody says they are. The rest of us are really good too. It's just that when we're facing top-notch talent, people still kind of have that old adage of boxing where you see guys 30-0 and you're like, oh, he's the best. I'm like, 20 of the people he fought, they pulled off a bar stool, man. They doesn't know what the hell they're doing. Come on. And so, you know, Fedor is extremely good. He's still very quick. He hasn't lost his power and his punches. Even when he threw the punch against Mitrione fell down. Mitrione's a big kid, you know, I mean, big guy. And so I think the difference I try to explain to everybody, like, well, he used to be unbeatable. I'm like, yeah, that's not because he's gotten worse. That's because everybody else has gotten better. The evolution of mixed martial arts, we have true professionals now. Whereas in the past, you know, hell, even when I won the first heavyweight title in '04, I still went and chucked into a regular job. You don't have guys like that anymore, where everybody trains full time, everybody treats it like a professional athlete, and I think Fedor is sometimes a victim of his own success. He was so much better than everybody before. Now that everybody's closing that gap, they're assuming he's making a slide, and he's really not.
With that said, you know, being a tough fight, is it the one you wanted most? I mean, when you look at these 8 guys, is that the fight that you thought, that's the one I really want?
Well, out of the options of who I had to fight here, absolutely. And not because he's easier of the fights, and not because, I mean, there are some very dangerous guys in there. The reason being is it guarantees that we do fight each other. That's why I thought it was an excellent idea. I never once hesitated because, I mean, ideally would it be cool if we were on opposite sides of the bracket and we clean shop and we end up in the finals and hash this out? Yeah, that's hey, man, it's written for Hollywood. This is MMA, man. There's lots of ways to lose, lots of ways to win. There's just no guarantee that the two of us could go through this gauntlet and be the ones going to face each other at the end. So I think the only way to guarantee this matchup is to have us in the opening round.
The challenge, of course, you're going to be facing is coming off the layoff, right? I mean, we talk about timing, but I know late in your career, resting the body might not be the worst either. So where do you fall on that? I mean, is the timing going to be challenging for you, the ring rust, or do you feel like, nah, man, I'm finally healthy again?
Actually, I'm falling more on the healthy part. I mean, it's going to be ring rust, I'm sure. You know, am I going to be a little more nervous because I had a little bit of time off? Probably. We got to accept that that's just going to be a fact of life. But, man, my body feels good right now. You know, I took a lot more time doing strength training and lifting and just having fun, going to the gym with the wife in the morning, and, you know, the kids, go to the gym with them and coaching their wrestling team. You know, being more of a coach lately, you know, with Isabella and my other children, you know, and then just really building a good relationship with my wife, being happy. So, I mean, we're really in a good place, you know, so that makes it to where it's so much easier to get ready now for the storm that's coming up.
I know you can't let yourself look past this, obviously, but are you licking your chops a little bit knowing if you win this, you get to face a light heavyweight next? I mean, that'd kind of be a nice relief for you, yeah?
Well, I will definitely have a size and power advantage over whoever wins out of Quinton. And, well, I don't know too much of a power advantage. Quinton hits pretty hard. If Quinton, though, I mean, and this is what I've been saying leading up to the fight with Quinton and Chael. If Quinton shows up at 2 1/4, I think he's dangerous because, I mean, the guy is a very powerful human being. But he keeps his power. At 205, that guy's still strong as a truck, man. You see how he lifts people up, throws them down. His left hook puts people's lights out. He has a nice right uppercut, hard to take down. Him showing up at 253, I feel is a mistake. You know what I mean? If he does that against me, I'll be a little bit more like kind of smirking, like, all right, I'm going to put a clinic on now. He shows up at 2 1/4, 230. I'm going to be a little bit more apprehensive. I'm like, shit, he's just as strong. He hasn't lost any power. And now he has lungs. And now he has a little bit more foot movement. Now he might be able to stalk me down a little bit more. Now, you know, in scrambles, he can push again before maybe I can push. 250, he's just another heavyweight. And strength-wise, he's not powerful for heavyweight. He's powerful for a light heavyweight.
What about if Chael gets through?
Chael's a pain in the ass to fight, man. I think my submissions would help make his grappling have to hesitate. You know, he makes one bad throw, takes one bad shot, and we'll be telling about him in the locker room. You know, hey, man, you dropped your head. And then I think Chael's hands, you know, my striking is dangerous, you know. I mean, I knock out heavyweights. If I touch any of these light heavyweights on the chin or in the body, they're going to know they got hit by a heavyweight. You know, I mean, I've put people out that have been asleep for minutes.
This tournament could be a lot of fun. I just wonder, I mean, you've been around Bellator for a little while, but you haven't competed yet. Is it still a little bit surreal, you know, seeing the different logos and the different people and all those? Is it still I mean, are you still settling in, or do you feel like this is home?
No, I feel like this is home now. You know, I mean, if the Fertittas were probably still in the driver's seat, I don't know if I could have made the move. I got to be honest with you. But the whole sale made my decision extremely easy.
Well, this could be a lot of fun for you at the end. Let's just talk about the first matchup. How do you see this fight going with you and Fedor?
Well, I think Fedor is still very explosive, very fast, and I know what I can do in that fight, which is back up. If I take a step backwards and allow him to gain forward momentum, we're in a lot of trouble. I think that he's still, you know, he's only wrestled with the guys that have my submission ability on short times, very few and far between. And he's had mixed results with that. I mean, fought Nogueira, was able to avoid being submitted. Fought Verdum, didn't end up so well. You know, and Verdum's been fighting the UFC for quite a long time, and I still have almost twice as many submissions as he does. And so when it comes to taking a limb, I'm still the king.